Hi guys, it's Laura and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're taking some of the food that we bought at the farmer's market, the fresh beautiful greens and the ramps that I told you about in my last video, and we're making dinner tonight, but this is also some food prep. And in here you can see that I have ramps that I've chopped up, which are wild leeks. You can obviously use just a leek, or you can use just onion, or you can use garlic. Whatever you have in your fridge is what I say you should use. So I used an entire bunch, the whole bunch of the wild leeks, and they're a garlicky onion. If it's not too wilted, this is about the last week or two, if it's not too wilted, I will use the whole entire part of the ramp, the leaves and all. And then since I had the ramps, the wild leeks, I only did a half a large onion. If I don't have those, because they're only out about four weeks out of the year, I'll use the whole onion. And you really want to caramelize the onion to get the sweetness. It just makes the greens have this wonderful flavor to it. And you can see I've chopped up my stems first. So you want to caramelize your onions and the stems before you put the greens in there. And I also use a salad spinner to make sure everything's nice and clean. And here I have collard greens. You can see I have some chopped up, some already washed. And I also have some Swiss chard. You can mix in whatever amount you want. I had a big grocery-sized plastic bag full of these, and then one bunch of the collards. You can also put some kale, whatever you like, whatever you have. And all I do is I take the stem off and then just bunch it up, however you can bunch it up, and do small little shreds of, this is the collards. They're a little bit hardier, so I like to put them in, toss it around, and give it a little bit to cook first before I put the Swiss chard in there. And then because you don't want any little kitties, I have a 5-year-old, I don't want them choking. So I want to make sure that these are in smaller pieces. It's going to be a lot easier to eat because I like to throw these in omelets. You can, we're going to have them for dinner tonight with some roasted potatoes. So they're already going to be cooked, and all we're going to do is rinse and then dump them right onto the top. And I'm going to let it cook down, and you can let it cook for a couple of hours so it gets nice and tender, but this is going to shrink down, so you want to make sure it's nice and full. And I put the lid on. I'll toss it around a little while, you know, every 15 minutes or so I'll toss it around, put the lid on, and let it cook down. And so I'll put the collards in here first, and then I'll add the chard after a little bit. Now let's talk about a couple things that I like to use. Obviously, salt and pepper is a great idea. Depending upon your taste buds, I love cayenne pepper. It's very good for you. Cayenne pepper is great. I do use an organic kind, but cayenne pepper is really great for acid reflux and things you wouldn't think. Peppers are just naturally good for you, but I also like a little bit of nutmeg. And this is an interesting ingredient for a lot of people to think about putting on greens, but it's a warm flavor, so it's really good on top of the greens, along with some salt and pepper that I'm going to cook that with. And this I'm going to store in the fridge. We'll have it for dinner tonight. And then we're going to store this in the refrigerator, and I'm going to use this. You can put it in a quiche, frittatas. You can have it for lunch with a piece of grilled fish. We're going to have it for dinner tonight, maybe tomorrow night. So I'll prep enough so that we have a week's worth of cooked greens that are ready to go, and you're able to make food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Greens are something that's so good for you if you want to always be burning fat, keep a flat stomach, and be healthy, clear skin. Greens are one of those things you're going to have to find a way to love, and I'd suggest you pick a day that you'll make a pot of greens so you can have them for the rest of the week to add in, even into soups. It's amazing. So thanks for watching. You can find more recipes on artofyou.com. My name's Laura Lair, and I'll see you in my kitchen next week.